You there! You there! Yes, you. Have you been waiting for the next great Pokemon strategy to blow your mind? Good, because my friend and I have been waiting for that too, and my friend, who I started training 2 months ago, just came up with like some great idea after 2 months of playing the metagame. I'm really proud of him. Good for him. Good for you, Eduardo. So, world, here's our great new strategy. It's gonna blow your mind. My name is Kenneth Ashton Smith. I'm a former president and founder of my high school's Pokemon Battle Club, the Mission Hills Pokemon Battle Club. We're pretty damn awesome. Our mascot was the Grizzly, so we had an Ursaring. And I'm also excellent, just in case you didn't know. Yeah. So, here's how you are going to make your opponents cry in Pokemon. You want to have an Audino, a Gourgeist, a Delcatty, and a Mega Gengar. The whole point of this strategy is to get a normal Ghost-type Audino with the ability Normalize and the move Entrainment to turn all of your opponent's moves into normal-type moves, thus making you immune to everything. And it's not just Audino, but any Ghost-type that goes in the field, period. Once you're, here, I'll explain how Audino works. You want to have the moves Entrainment for sure, Wish for sure, Protect / Heal Pulse. Heal Pulse can be used to heal your Gengar later, and Skill Swap / Roleplay. They're pretty much the same thing, except Skill Swap and Roleplay they're not exactly the same thing. You'll see later how they can vary, and it all really depends on your preference. How are you going to get your Audino to have the ability Normalize? Use either Skill Swap or Roleplay on your Delcatty to steal its ability or copy its ability, whichever. Once Delcatty's in, it's really nice for support with the move Fake Out, and its other 3 moves are really up to your own discretion. There's Gourgeist here. It really just needs Trick or Treat. It can also have whatever you want, girl, and same, and whatever you need. Really, you just need your Gourgeist to just Trick or Treat. So you can put a choice scarf on it maybe to make it faster, but it is nice to have it being a nice versatile, speedy, bulky Pokemon. It really depends on your preference again. So there's a little bit of leeway with this strategy, as with most. Then once you have your Audino all set up, after working with Gourgeist and Delcatty, you just throw in your Gengar. Hopefully you'll have a safe switch because your Audino should have pulled off an Entrainment, and your Gengar should have, and then you just Mega Evolve Gengar. It'll have Shadow Tag. It'll trap your opponents, and from there you can use any 2 attacks to kill them with. Taunt is nice because it protects you from status problems. They can be pesky, and Protect is good because when you don't want Gengar to get hit, but you still want to pull off an Entrainment, Protect is there to help you. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire strategy. So without further ado, here it is. I'm on Pokemon Showdown. That's where I'm going to show how this works. It takes place in the ZOU format. I'll show EVs after the battle stuff. EVs, maybe a little philosophy behind it. It's cool when you get it working, especially against crazy looking teams like this guy's. So this should be fun. Oh, he has a Gengar too. If I get Shadow Tag, then I'm going to be in trouble again. Actually, I won't. I can Skill Swap Shadow Tag. I've done that before. So I think I'll do that. And Trick or Treat Audino. Sludge Wave. Okay. That's cool. I guess now I have I was kind of hoping he'd Mega Evolve so I could troll him with his own Shadow Tag, but I guess not. We'll Skill Swap on my Delcatty, which has the ability Normalize. There's a Flash Cannon, and Skill Swap is up successfully. Lost, what, 24 on Flash Cannon? And I'm still slower than that fuck. Damn it. Alright, we'll use entrainment on Napoleon. Also fake out on Napoleon. I can take a Sludge Wave because it's not very effective on me now that I'm Ghost type. It only does about, what does that say, 15.7% of my health. I can handle that. Besides, once my Delcatty's gone due to the next Sludge Wave, I'll switch into my own Gengar, triggering an absolute Shadow Ball response, so my Audino can't get touched. It's gonna mess with my strategy, but damn, I guess I can't really get a... It's hard to get a perfect run, even on a demonstration. So we're gonna switch into my Gengar here. Entrainment on Ghostface. And I guess my Gengar will use Protect here to protect from the more than likely Shadow Ball that's going to be incoming. And there's the Shadow Ball. And he is now entrained and trapped, and the strategy is set up. Awesome. Finally. Alright, Audino, go ahead and use Wish. Gengar, go for the taunt off of Napoleon. I don't want him screwing around. I'm not going to try to go for a kill yet. Oh, and I guess maybe his Ghost type can't be Shadow tagged or something. Probably has Bulletproof to resist my Shadow Ball. 249 speed. Audino might be in trouble, but I have Protect, so I'm in the safe zone. So yeah, like I said in the same turn, Protect. Now Gengar, I guess, should go for... I'm going to go for a taunt on Naughty, because I don't want to be Leech Seeded. Kind of trolls with the strategy. It's annoying. Yeah, he tried to go for Leech Seed. And I've been told this is interesting by Javo Man. Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and use Wish. Wow, I guess I'll go for the Focus Blast on Napoleon here, since he's the one I can probably kill first. So yeah, he's been normalized, or actually, no, I haven't normalized him yet. I thought I did. I should have paid attention, damn. Okay. Basically, my Audino has used, I've used Fake Out, or shoot, no, used Skill Swap on my Delcatty, gained the ability Normalize after being trick-or-treated, you know, becoming Ghost type. And with Entrainment, I can normalize all of my opponents so that my Gengar and Audino are both immune to all incoming attacks, because all incoming attacks are normal type. It's also kind of fun to just troll how you're immune to fighting type moves and all. I'm going to go for Entrainment on Naughty, because I guess I didn't do that yet. Probably should have. I guess I'll go for... I don't know. I have nothing better to do. I'll go for a Wish. And let's go ahead and kill off Magmortar. Originally with the strategy, I guess, my friend tried to troll, like, Gengar as a staller. But, you know, since it's got so much attack, and when it's immune to everything, it's pretty damn great. Like, even if you can't kill, you know, you just keep hitting until you actually do. It's nice. It's a little bit trolly. But yeah, it's a fun strategy to use. It's fun. Very hateable. Yet oh so lovable. And that's a Magmortar down. Now I want to go for the taunt on Naughty here, but if he sends in someone, I'm gonna have to like, yeah, like Reptar. I have to go for the entrainment on it and protect my Gengar. So I guess it's kind of inevitable. My Audino is gonna have to be seated if he makes the right choice. He probably will, because Reptar is gonna outspeed Audino and probably get a Dark type move off on Gengar. Gengar is gonna have to go for a protect instead of a taunt. Oh no, he went for a Rock type move. Still though, you know, Gengar's defenses are trash. Um, I don't know, I guess just go for a wish, dude. And I'm gonna taunt Naughty again. Oh shoot. Wish, taunt, Naughty. Of course, this strategy has its flaws. There's things like, you know, like before, I guess, Skill Swap kind of screwed me over. Magic Bounce is really annoying. Pranksters can get pretty trollsome. Hyper offensive teams can get in the way a lot, and probably the worst thing ever is taunt, ironically. I'll go for the Focus Blast on Reptar here. See you later, Reptar. This is madness. Alright, and he has 3 Pokemon left. This should be pretty interesting. I'll go for the entrainment on Ghostface. And it's scary to face off against a Gengar now, since I am a Ghost type, and he's probably figured out by now that my Audino is behind everything. If he's smart. If he goes for a Shadow Ball on Audino, I'd be in trouble. Thankfully, I guess he didn't notice yet. And yeah, he's been normalized. I can now go for the taunt on Naughty. I don't really want to, but I'm gonna do it. I guess Spiky Shield protects from taunt. Yeah. You just go ahead and taunt Naughty again, I guess. Things can get a little redundant at times, as with a lot of immunity strategies, I guess. Like, you've probably seen the one with Eelektross and the air balloon and Wonder Guard. That one's pretty cool. See, I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball on Ghostface. See you later. Nice knowing you. Oh, he has a sash. Well, I'm immune to his Shadow Ball, so it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and wish because I still have nothing better to do than wish. Once I've gotten rid of all, or at least 4 of his Pokemon, I can switch into my, what's it called? Oh yeah, I can just switch both of these guys out, or once I've entrained all of his Pokemon, or, you know, his final 2, I can just switch into any one of my Ghost types. I'm immune to everything, and I can do whatever I want with all of those guys. It's pretty great. So I guess I'll have Gengar use Protect here. And I'll go for the entrainment on Eelekman. Whatever that is. Eelekman, I think, yeah. That would make sense. And Audino is no longer needed, especially since it's not an attacker, period. I'm going to switch into my Golurk, which has some pretty cool moves on there. I gave it Focus Punch because I'm like, hey, if I can't be hit, I might as well, you know, Focus Punch you like a douche. I'm going to go for Taunt on Naughty here. Don't want to be Leech Seeded again. It's annoying. Anti-Spiky Shield. It's to escape my taunt. Yeah, I'm immune to everything now. I'm gonna Focus Punch Naughty. And I guess I'll Shadow Ball Eelekman. Didn't do as much as I'd hoped. I'll go for Focus Punch on Eelekman now, and I guess. Oh yeah, another cool thing, I guess. I'll show you this. This one's one of my favorite things to do. Switching to Gourgeist here instead of Golurk. Go for Taunt on Naughty. Because, you know, Spiky Shield and Leech Seed can get a little annoying sometimes. I hope I didn't hurt his feelings when he missed with Leech Seed, because, you know, showdown. Tough luck. Yeah, Pointed Stones and Poison. That's cool. Alright, so here's a little fun thing I like to do with Gourgeist. I guess I can only do it once. You can trick or treat your enemies, turning them into ghost types. And then you can go for a super effective ghost type move on them. I like to troll that sometimes, it's pretty fun. So yeah, I've trick or treated Naughty here. He's now weak to ghost type moves, which kind of like helps me get through his defenses since you know he's a chestnut. Shadow Punch and Gengar Shadow Ball. He's probably gonna go for a Spiky Shield just to get a little Leech Seed off. But in the end, defeat is inevitable because I'm immune to everything. Oh, so that battle's over now. That battle's been terminated. I had a little mistake with the software I'm using. It didn't record the end of the battle. But that aside, I'm about to Skype my friend Eduardo here, and he's going to narrate this next battle that he did with his team. It's a slightly different variation. You could call it the original since he's the mastermind behind it all. And I'll hand it over to him.
Hey, this is Eduardo here with my friend Ashton, or Kenneth Smith. Anyway, we are trying to showcase this immortal team strategy that I came up with. And basically it centers around, well, Gengar, Delcatty, Audino, and Gourgeist. Now, I throw out Mr. Mime and Leopard first because I have a lot of trouble with taunters, status, and just straight up, and whatever comes out first is normally the biggest problem for me. So these guys are here to kind of paralyze whatever they can and just do their best. And this guy switches out. A pretty smart move. I hate Thunderous, but I don't know many people who don't. At least fighting against them. I know some people love using them. I'm pretty new to this, so I try to stay away from legendaries myself. So I can't paralyze him. This guy just used Toxic, and I fear Toxic more than I fear anything else because of Audino. So I gotta protect Audino. I'm gonna set up a safeguard instead of going for that teeter dance. And I'm gonna try to Snarl. Because right now, no. I'm gonna go for that taunt on Politoed. Because right now, Politoed, he's kind of a threat. Everyone hates its rain dance. I can't, so far I've come across so many different versions of it, I just don't know how to handle it most of the time. So, yeah, and it takes out my Leopard, and thus starts the strategy. I always bring in Gourgeist first. Now, I find it kind of helps when only one goes down first, because then they don't really always know what I'm doing. Now, I switch out Mr. Mime for Audino, and I'm going to trick or treat Mr. Mime. And you know how it works, priority and whatnot. But basically the first thing that's going to happen is trick-or-treating Audino. If the choice scarf pulls through for me. He switches out, so he's doing a lot of switching, which I don't mind as long as he doesn't screw me up. well, it won't be a problem until later. So that Thunder is going to be a big problem. So Wish won't do much. So they can both attack me pretty hard. And Aldino will probably go down. So I'm going to take the bet for the long run and just go for that Wish and pray they go after Gorgeist instead. Because that's the best chance I have. And they straight for Aldino. And my goodness, Aldino survives. I have no idea if that's going to be worth it. But so far, Manectric has been attacking Aldino, so I'm going to fake that out while I roleplay Delcatty. I need his Normalize. Hopefully, they attack Delcatty instead of Aldino. Delcatty's Focus Sash, so he'll be fine. And I hope that Hurricane doesn't take out. Yep, perfect. Now I have 54%. I think I can take one hit. I can't paralyze Manectric with Body Slam, but I can try going for Tornadus. Now Tornadus is the slower of the two, so I'm going to try to entrain Manectric in case I can outspeed Tornadus later. And I'm going to try to... And let's see, Thunder misses by some weird miracle. It misses, and Aldino lost around 19% from Tornadus. Now that means it can probably take another hit, so I'm going to try to entrain Tornadus while I protect with Gengar and Mega Evolve. And if this works, I'm set up, because now I have a Ghost type Normalize Entrainment Aldino with Heal Pulse and Wish, and then I have Gengar with Protect, Shadow Ball, Taunt. I'll be set up, and they do not switch out. I am set up. Now Aldino is pretty low right now, so I'm gonna heal up, bide some time by taunting. So I don't like Manectric, and I don't like either of these two. I hate legendaries, and Megas aren't so bad, but they're dangerous as hell. So I'm gonna taunt them both while I heal up. Hurricane is useless now. I love this. None of them can do anything right now. So I'm gonna go for entrainment because that's the move with the most PP. And I'm gonna just taunt some more. Make sure I'm playing it safe, because I don't come across this kind of Tornadus very often. So I don't know if it has Toxic or other kind of moves like that. I'm really dreading Politoed. I don't want to deal with Politoed. I don't think a Mega will be anything other than hyper offensive, so I'm going to start taking out that Tornadus. And now I'm going to Shadow Ball that Tornadus. Love that thing. Oh, and I get that defense. Special defense goes down on Tornadus. Next move will be that much sweeter. Yeah, it gets a little back from Hungry Bits, but because the special defense is down, I know it's going to take it out. I use the Wish, so I'm just going to use another Normalize, bide some time while I take out the Tornadus. And that was a really smart move, but I lucked out. I really lucked out right there. Now, that's one of the loopholes here that you gotta watch out for. If both of their Pokemon die at the same time, you're screwed. You're really just screwed. Because now you gotta entrain two Pokemon at once, and you only got one Protect under your belt. But yeah, kudos to this guy. Now I'm just waiting for him to send out his next Pokemon. He's probably like hitting his head on a wall right now. He was way close. So close to that being pulled off. That Manectric. 3%. I know what I'm going to take out next. Now I'm kind of hoping he doesn't send out his other legendary. That other Thundurus. Landorus, that's what it's called. Because I know it has U-turn, and Manectric outspeeds it, so whatever Manectric does, it's gonna go faster. But Manectric has lightning type moves. I don't know if it can one-hit KO his own type. Either way, I gotta go for that entrainment protect. So protect, rain dance, earthquake, takes it out, and I went for that entrainment. So this is gonna screw me over a bit. I can try, depending on what comes out, I can go for that second protect, which, looking at his team, it's hyper offensive. That's probably my best bet. Hopefully, I hope it's something that I can take out right away, though. Though, I've learned the hard way. Most things you can't. So, like, Gyarados, I have no idea. I really have no idea if I can take it out. So I'm just going to go for that second protect. Really just praying it does what it needs to do. So this will be a close battle. It may not look like it, but it's going to be a close battle. And protect goes up. Hell yeah. Oh, and the guy's upset. I think he's about to forfeit. Nope. I got to ask him to stay. But man, that was really close. Okay, but I got in that normalize. I'm gonna go for that wish. I'm gonna go for that shadow ball. I think I want to go for land. Oh, I just don't know. I'm gonna go for that Landorus. Let's see. I don't see earthquake. That's it. Earthquake won't affect Gyarados. It's flying type right now. So I'm gonna switch tactics and go for Gyarados. Because I don't see it. No. Never mind. I see that U-turn in there. If he figures it out. If he figures out how to get out, I'm gonna go for that. I'm still gonna go for that Landorus. So let's see. I already used the wish. I'm gonna entrain Landorus in case it figures out that U-turn. And then I'm gonna go for more Shadow Ball. Hopefully he doesn't figure it out. I'm safe, actually. Let's see. Maybe I should go for wish and in case I take a hit. No, he's pretty safe. So I'm gonna go for entrainment again, just in case he switches out, and then I'm gonna take out that Eelektross. And as far as I know, it does not U-turn, so I am good. And here comes the Politoed. It has Toxic too. No. This Politoed, so far, all it's done is Icy Wind. Icy Wind couldn't take out my pranksters earlier. Well, it couldn't take out Liepard. It couldn't take out Mr. Mime, so it might not take out Gengar. So I'm gonna go for that entrainment taunt instead, because I really don't want Toxic on Dino. And it outsped it, yes! I forgot about Paralysis, but that's why Paralysis is in there. Hell yeah. So it outsped. It can't do anything right now. And it tried to use Perish Song. I really saved myself there. I would have had a one-on-one with Mr. Mime, which is all status. Alright, so I'm going to take out that Politoed in case I screw up. I don't want to have to deal with Perish Song. So I am going to Shadow Ball the hell out of it. So far, all Gyarados looks like it has is physical type. I mean, it uses Dragon Dance, so I mean it's mostly a sweeper, I guess. Politoed is pretty bulky though. I'm glad I didn't try to take it out first turn. Now that taunt ended, so luckily Gengar, there is no way it's gonna get outsped here, so I'm just gonna go for that taunt again. I don't want to deal with Perish Song. I don't want to. And it goes for Protect. So now I know all four of its moves, and I know I do not want to deal with it at all. So just gonna taunt it all, and I'm just gonna keep playing it safe. So I know that does not have U-turn, so I'm gonna start in training Gyarados. Then I'm gonna just taunt that. There's nothing Politoed can do. Yeah, my friend Ashton, Kenneth, was saying that so he was using my strategy and someone told his team looked cute. And it's very true. Most people, they see the team and they don't know what to make of it. They just don't. It's one of the great advantages to it. It doesn't really fit under a category as far as I know. But I mean the only teammate that makes sense is Gengar. Like absolute sense is Gengar. It's the only one that's hyper offensive and it's just there. Maybe Mr. Mime, maybe Leopard, but Delcatty, Gourgeist, Audino, those aren't competitive at all. Most people forget about Delcatty too. So this guy, he forfeits, and he outranked me before this, but because of that, I went up even higher. So that was fun. This actually works on hyper offensive if you use really good judgment. Like you have to use really good judgment sometimes. So basically, this strategy requires Audino. It requires Mega Gengar, so he has to be the Mega. Only Ghost type with Shadow Tag. And it requires Delcatty and Gourgeist. Well, Gourgeist is the fastest, so Gourgeist Small is the fastest, so that's why I use them to Trick or Treat. Any other two Pokemon, though, are kind of like open slots, so that's kind of how you customize it. I customized it my way because it's just what works best for me. I try to paralyze everything, and it goes really well with Audino because sometimes Audino has to outspeed things. Now Ashton, his is different because his two add-ons are more to deal with anything in case the plan fails, and it's more of like his two add-ons sort of help out along the strategy, and then after. Mine are just purely at the beginning, because once I bring in Audino and Gengar, you can't move them. The abilities reset, the typing resets, Shadow Tag no longer effective. So the reason how mine is a bit different than Ashton's or Kenneth's, well, because Kenneth utilizes Fake Out really well, and he's really good at it. He has to. I can't do it because I'm not as experienced, but it requires kind of reading your opponent, knowing who's aiming for who, and he does it like a pro. For me, I have to rely more on Teeter Dance, Paralysis, Snarl to lower special attack, Safeguard to deal with Toxic, Taunt. That's kind of what I came up with was to deal with what was my biggest problems. Now, the biggest threat to both Ashton and me, though, are hyper offensive, but even worse than that, Crunch and Knockoff. Knockoff and Crunch do major damage to Audino. It's not even funny. If Audino goes down before it does its job, or even while it's doing its job, it's over. Yeah. Same thing with Gengar. Like you can still win, but you have to at least have setup for a good 2 turns. And yeah, I don't know. Sadly enough, it's normalized and it needs to be ghost type. It can kind of win without ghost type, but it gets taken out way faster. And and it's more like a rush game. It doesn't work as well if it's not ghost type. So when we say they're pillars and they're required, it's really true. You once you set them, you can't really move them out. Well, anyway, so yeah, that was the game at play. This guy forfeited. Most do. It'd probably take a while to get a game where they don't forfeit till the very end. I got a video where the guy actually did pretty well. He figured out you could U-turn off his own Pokemon, so that was interesting. And he didn't forfeit until he was down to the last 2 Pokemon and I trained everything. The higher you get and the more hyper offensive they get, the biggest danger is always the beginning. You can get set up on hyper offensive Pokemon. You are more powerful than ever before. All right. Yep. Okay, another difference between me and Ashton's strategy. Mine was to deal with that kind of problem. I have taunt, I have safeguard. Between Mr. Mime and Leopard, I have taunt, safeguard, teeter dance, 2 paralysis, so they can both paralyze. And then Leopard used to have protect, which did come in handy, but I stopped using it less and less as soon as I got a rhythm for it. So now it has fake out, sucker punch, something like that. Oh, well, see, right now Ashton is challenging a follow me. Now, the reason why my starters were what they were is because I was having a lot of trouble with taunts, follow me, so I sent in Pokemon that I knew could deal with it. So between Mr. Mime and Lipard has taunt, paralysis, or I mean Thunder Wave, snarl, and sucker punch. The Mr. Mime has teeter dance, safeguard, paralysis, and hmm, yeah, I don't remember the last move. Probably don't use it as much. All right, well here we are. We're watching Sandy Corliss do battle. Yeah, well, anyway, it's an interesting battle. We're in the 5th turn right now. Right out the gate, he saw Togekick, and now he uses Togekick himself, so he kind of knows follow me. Now Gorgeist, here's one of the key differences between his strategy and mine. Gorgeist learns the Sable. I added Choice Scarf to my Gorgeist to get in that Trick or Treat, and then I had to send because of that I had to send in other Pokemon before that to deal with anything that would taunt. He, however, relies on his speed and his bulkiness, and he added in Disable, and he doesn't give it Choice Scarf, so he disabled Togekiss's Follow Me, and then he got in that Trick or Treat like a pro. Now, Aldino skill swapped with Asmeralda. Right now, he is in the 8th turn, and he is completely fine. The guy is so confused, he is speaking Spanish. And se dice, no entiendo nada, I don't understand anything. His world is changed. He learned a new language. He's gonna immigrate to Colombia. No, but back to reality. Um, Aldino has been ghost typed. He got the role. It got the skill swap over Delcatty. Now skill swap is different than roleplay, as everyone knows, but what it has different uses. So what skill swap was really good for is it actually gained Ozmarella's thick fat, and that made it bulkier, especially since they're using moves like flamethrower. It did nothing. It did almost nothing. Wow. And that's my friend typing back in Spanish, even though his Blasian. Now, Adino, if I actually don't know his Gengar set, but I think it's probably really similar to mine. It's probably going to protect and then entrainment. Now, back to skill swap though. The advantage to skill swap over roleplay is that skill swap is able to take useful abilities. So sometimes it throws in more choices. So for me, I use roleplay and entrainment. So no matter what, my ability is going to stay the same. It's going to have normalize, and it's just a simple choice of entrain the biggest threat. For Ashton though, for Kenneth, he actually gets the option of choosing. Okay, either I skill swap this Pokemon, it's a bigger threat to me right now, or I skill swap with this Pokemon, and I get this awesome ability that makes me immune to it, or just gives me higher defense. Maybe I heal. Maybe he can't do anything. It just gives better choice for him. Now, another thing that it's useful for is that Paris Song. Paris Song has, everyone kind of hates Paris Song, especially next to a Trapper. But what's happened before is he skill swaps Shadow Tag, and then he switches out his Pokemon, and while the opponent gets trapped, and so that worked out really well for him. The downside though is when dealing with other skill swappers, it gets kind of awkward, and in some cases it ended up where no one no one on his team had normalized anymore, and it just got bad. But I find it useful where I have roleplay instead of I find it useful when I have roleplay instead of skill swap, because if you have a skill swapper, they just skill swapped your normalized for you. Now you can roleplay off of the person that just skill swapped you, and then you're golden. And if they skill swap their teammate to get a better ability, you can just and train them as well, and you just have a bunch of normalized. So roleplay is better for increasing the amount of normalize on the field when you're dealing with other skill swappers, and that's kind of how I went with it, because that's kind of what I came across. Of course, it's more of like a personal taste, whatever works best for you. I'm new. I don't know enough about Pokemon to outplay other people using the same teams, so I don't use the meta at all. I don't like legendaries. I tried using them and I lost. I lose too easily, and then I use this completely weak looking team, and I go up the ranks. So yeah, Ashton is more solid when it comes to his gameplay. That's why he can use fake out the way he does. But so far nothing's going off without a hitch. I mean, his going off with Mawile is useless now. Togetic is about to get taunted. It is about to get taunted because it is outsped. All it knows is follow me, and then Audino just uses a wish. Now Mawile, yeah, 13. No te puedo pegar con fuego ni helio, tampoco lucha. No te puedo pegar con fuego ni helio. I'm guessing the name is No, he's asking a question. He's saying I can't hit you with Fuego Nihilio and neither with Lucha. He's saying he's like he doesn't understand why he can't hit you. Oh, and for those of you that are a bit confused, in case for the who can't hear my friend Kenneth right now, he asked me to translate, and for you Spanish speakers out there, translated turn 13, where he's asking, why can't he hit him? And Ashton responded in Spanish, sí, porque todos tus ataques están normales. And I mean, that sounds a little offensive, like all your attacks are normal, but hopefully this guy gets it. Es un movimiento de XY? Oh, this is going to be sweet. Delcatty, for those of you that know, is actually an old Pokemon. I think it's Generation 3.
Yeah.
And it's the only Pokemon with Normalize. Only Pokemon. So people don't even remember it sometimes. And those that do remember how bad it is. I personally love it now. I wasn't on long enough to learn to hate it. But a lot of people, if you go into comment sections or just fan sites and you bring up Delcatty, most people believe there's another Pokemon that does its job better. So Delcatty is 3rd gen. The Mega, I don't know what. I'm being honest. Kenneth is gonna have to voice over this later and say whether he's gonna pretend like he was in this conversation with me, and he's gonna say,
I'm gonna leave.
"Whoa." Then perfect. Either way, never mind. It's not editing. So I said all this pointless stuff. Okay, so you wrote it's the black and white. Non lo conocía. Le conocía como es el movimiento. Oh, okay. He's saying, how is that a move? He doesn't understand. No, that's a move. I'm sorry, but you're actually typing better Spanish than I am. Which is sad because you're the Blasian and I'm the Mexican. But I mean, it's like what makes this thing great. It's a bunch of random aspects from a bunch of different generations. So I don't know what generation Gengar is. And for those of you that again didn't follow, Sandy Corliss is asking. All right, so Gengar just taunted Clefable. So yeah, that's pretty apparent. Most people don't like Clefable. They don't want to have to deal with its shenanigans. And it gets entrained, and now it's taunted. Everything's entrained. It can't switch out anymore, and it's going pretty well. And he switches. That's cruel. He switches out Gengar, knowing he's untouchable for Gorgeist, knowing he's untouchable. And now Aldino's in there, and now he's not in there. Dang. Okay. And Golurk comes in. Interestingly enough. So yeah, he's untouchable now. There's nothing that can touch him. You have Golurk, you have Gorgeist. They can't do anything. And yeah, there's nothing you can do now. That's instead of finishing it right there, he just goes for this. And now Golurk is focusing, so that's going to be pretty bad. It tries to sucker punch, which fails. Mawile will fail. Even if it didn't fail, it's immune. So, and Gorgeist trick-or-treated Clefable. Now it's Ghost type. It's Ghost Fairy type, I believe. So yeah. Well, Now, Clefable isn't taunted anymore, so is it going to go for Disable, Gourgeist? It already went for Trick or Treat. Gourgeist used Foul Play, which, let's see, it's Dark type, but now it was Ghost type. It did, and it didn't even matter. Gorlock used Shadow Punch. That's too cruel. No. So yeah, my friend here is telling me that he was trying to foul play Mawile, but Follow Me got in the way. But doesn't matter. I mean, that was still really kind of mean to switch in that Gourgeist for the sole purpose of trick or treating the opponent. And then because of that, that just made the attack that much worse. And Angelo left. It was a noble Spanish sacrifice. And for all of you out there, I'm Mexican, so I mean, I guess it's okay. I'm not racist. But yeah, thank you guys. This was actually hella fun to do. Yeah. My friend just called me up. It's like, hey, bro, let's show this. It's like, is it okay? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. You know, it's a lot of fun to watch your own strategy play out and to see other people use it too. So it's really cool. Just leave comments or what you think about this. You know, how would you describe the strategy? You know, some people online, you get really mixed responses. I can think of some funny ones right now. I can think of some ones that made me feel kind of bad. I'm sure Ashton got some pretty good responses too. Is that right? Yep. He says that's right. Anyway, so like, what are a few examples, Ashton? Can you think of any? Oh yeah, so like one battle, he he it ended and the guy was just honestly impressed. He said, "You deserve a cookie. It was genius and good job, right?" On the other hand, though, there are some people that a lot of people don't even say anything. They kind of forfeit. So we never really got to hear their thoughts on it. If you guys are watching and you kind of recognize this, don't be afraid. Leave a comment. And then some of the funniest ones that I've gotten are, well, not really funny, but like the amazing ones I've gotten is like, so someone told me to buy a Coke because I went into Uber's by mistake and I stole one. I made an Arceus completely useless and it felt really good. So this works in Ubers if you play it right. Yeah, probably best in Ubers if they don't really know what they're doing. I've come across some like good Ubers though, so just watch where you tread. Ubers is just a place for fun. Pokemon's fun. Yeah, and thanks for watching. And remember to give your opinion on how what kind of strategy this is. Yeah, link, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. In one sentence, how would you describe this? Someone describe this as the nuclear bomb of Pokemon. It throws all strategy out the window once you get rolling. So yeah, how would you get this? How would you counter this? How would you improve it? Just what are your thoughts on this? What you think? And again, kudos to Kenneth, the guy who got me into this. And he helped me along.